And then I think for me, the most disgusting part is the clip I'm about to play, what they did with the photos. And I'll play this now.
It's Taco Tuesday at the Baja California Bar and Grill in Norwalk, 2 days after the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others.
A source confirming to ESPN that NBA legend Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in Southern California.
Talk at the bar turns to the crash. LA County Sheriff's Deputy Joey Cruz, seen here in the white T-shirt, takes out his phone. On the phone, graphic photos of Kobe Bryant's remains from the crash site. After Deputy Cruz leaves, the bartender tells a group of regulars sitting in this booth that Deputy Cruz has just shown him the gruesome photos. Ralph Mendez, there that night with buddies from his softball league, describes what he heard from the bartender.
He has pictures. He showed me pictures. Pictures of what? Pictures of all the dead bodies. And then he began describing what he saw. They were all burnt, and he got very graphic with it.
Mendez says the bartender told him that Deputy Cruz laughed and found the photos amusing. Mendez hoped none of it was true.
It just sounded bad. It just sounded wrong on different levels, whether it's illegal or not, whether it's against, his sheriff's department's policy. I don't know, but it just sounded bad. Like, say something bad.
Mendez did say something, submitting this complaint that night with the LA County Sheriff's Department.
And I thought to myself, if I don't say anything and it is true, I don't think I'll ever be able to live with myself.
Mendez says he thought that night of his own pregnant fiancee, then expecting their first child together, a girl. The soon-to-be dad saw a role model in Kobe, a father of 4 girls.
He loved his girls. You could see it in his face. His girls loved him, and he's a girl dad, just like I am now.
There were 3 daughters on board the helicopter that day: Gianna Bryant, Alyssa Altobelli, and Peyton Chester, all on their way to a girls' basketball tournament. When news first surfaced that deputies and LA County firefighters shared grim images from the crash scene, Sheriff Villanueva had this to say.
It's wildly inappropriate, it's disgusting, and it harms people that suffered a tragedy already. On top of that, to think that it could be expanded beyond that by having a public display of their loved ones' remains. So we're trying to put an end to this.
Vanessa Bryant and the other families who lost loved ones that day filed lawsuits over the sharing of the photos. 2 families have already settled for a combined $2.5 million. But Vanessa Bryant is heading for trial, possibly late next month. Attorneys for Vanessa Bryant say gruesome photos of Kobe and their daughter Gianna's remains were passed around to at least 28 LA County Sheriff's Department personnel and at least a dozen firefighters. Then LA County Fire Captain and spokesperson Tony Imbrenda allegedly showed photos to colleagues during cocktail hour at a Golden Mike's award ceremony weeks after the crash. He was demoted and transferred. Fire Captain Brian Jordan retired in lieu of being fired, and Fire Captain Arlen Cahan was suspended for 30 days with no pay. Attorneys for the county argue that Vanessa Bryant's claim of emotional distress is based on, quote, hypothetical harm because the photos were not publicly disseminated. In her deposition, Vanessa Bryant testified that for the rest of her life, she will live in fear that these photographs of her husband and child will be leaked and made public. What she wants out of the lawsuit, she says, is accountability. According to court documents, only one of the sheriff's deputies, Joey Cruz, seen here at his academy graduation,
Joey Cruz,
was disciplined. Other deputies received no discipline, but instead received what's known as a performance log entry in their files. As for Ralph Mendez, who triggered the investigation with his complaint about Deputy Cruz at the bar, he has no regrets.
I feel sorry for the families.